And we're good there. And then, oh, there's no mouse. Okay. I got to do one of these things.
You hit it right in the middle. Think about it for a second. No, hit it right in the middle. Something's weird, like the buttons are left-handed or something like that. No, hit it right in the middle. Right in the middle. No, right in the middle of the touchpad. There you go. Okay.
So weird. This one is like a mirror, and this one flips it. It's strange.
Okay, I don't think it went live.
There's something.
You hit go live?
Yeah, just let it sit for a second.
It's like live times.
Okay, if you use those of you joining us on YouTube, hey, we're trying to get the Facebook Live going right now. We'll be right there. So just
we should go to a commercial, Bill.
Yes. Hello, I am Sadi Hadid from Abba Cigars and Wine. I want you to come and buy a cigar from me because I am a good man. How's that? We're not going live over here.
I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to see if we're live or not.
It still says preview mode.
Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
You just... Okay.
Here we are.
See, there's a couple people have joined us over there. You can see who it is and say hi to them. It's spinning. That's what's going on.
Uh-oh.
It's not.
Do we not have... We have...
There we go.
Wi-Fi.
Now it's
there we go.
Now it's counting down. Okay.
There we go.
There, we are live.
We are live. Okay. Then you have to decide which camera you want to look at.
Yeah. Like,
It's not getting enough of me there.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
And this one's getting not too much of me.
They're opposite. That's weird. Yeah.
Okay. Well, hi, everybody. We're at the Oregon Republican Party headquarters, which is now in Salem.
Yeah, now in Salem on, well, we shouldn't say where it is. We don't want to get firebombed or something like that. We want Antifa to show up and get milkshaked.
It's an undisclosed location. I'm used to saying that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. We're in a bunker deep below Salem.
No kidding. So we're on a couple of different avenues. There are some people who have already joined us on YouTube.
Yep.
And then now people, as you can see, they're popping on right now.
Good.
At the Oregon Pushback page on Facebook.
Yep. And the Oregon Republican Party was nice enough to let's use their office too. So yay, Oregon Pushback. So go to Oregon Pushback, sign up there, and we will keep you keep you full of things to do for the between now and the 2020 elections.
Mm-hmm. That's so important.
So we're getting questions already. Let me jump in there and look.
I can't see him.
Howdy, friends, and God bless. And hello, we are here. Okay, so
all
no
right.
questions so far. Who wants to go first?
Kim, why don't you go first?
Well,
you had the
maybe
most exciting session.
I have had a much more exciting session than you two.
Use this as a lead.
Yeah. I don't know who did that.
One of the
But this is the
Oregon's
funniest thing.
11. There she is,
Yes.
right there.
That was really fun. I really got a kick out of that one. All the different memes. The first meme that came into my box was a "Where's Waldo" from the Oregon League of Conservation Voters, but they pasted my head in over Waldo, and it was pretty awesome. But it made me laugh. This has been quite an adventure, as you can tell. I don't know what you've heard, but we can't come back. We have to stay away. We have to come back. We can't stay away. Which is it? I don't know. You know what? No matter what we would have chosen, I'm sure that would have ticked off some people. So let me just go into saying this, and that is, had we just stayed in the building, we would have been there. All these bills, all of them would have passed. Mm-hmm. And
so all these bills. So let's say what didn't pass. So it's not that great of a list there, but House Bill 2020, that was the carbon reduction bill, and that I think is, in my history of being in the legislature, that was the worst bill ever.
Worst bill, hands down.
I mean, in the bill, it threatened to transform the economy of the state of Oregon. And
I don't think stated that in the first couple pages.
Yeah. So that bill, the other one.
Can I pause for just a moment on this thought and see what you two think? I know there's a lot of folks that are watching, especially on Oregon Pushback, that are big Second Amendment people. And the three of us are as big Second Amendment as anybody. Mm-hmm. There were a lot of people that I don't think quite understood that this was as bad or worse, perhaps even than a gun bill, because Why?
It was
Tell us, Kim, why?
permanent. It was permanent. It was almost irreversible, because what it would do is set up this big giant bureaucracy, and well, we can do that and reverse them. But then it put this person, the climate czar, in charge of basically making rules on businesses in the name of climate change and entering into contracts with other states and foreign governments. We wouldn't be able to unwind it. If you think PERS is a mess now, we can't do anything about it because of all the contracts, you imagine trying to back out of this big monstrosity?
Yeah, and there's kind of a principle that the legislature can't bind the hands of a future legislature.
Oh,
but
boy.
in this case, with the contracts, those go on whatever the
Absolutely.
duration of the contract is,
Right.
so you can't get out of them.
That's the thing that I kept trying to tell people. I just don't, because it was so complex. I mean, there were what, 117 amendments, something like that. 100.
I think it was 120 some by
Okay.
the time it was all said and done.
It was so complex. Who in the average, well, legislators, but who of anybody could understand how bad it was? And so we just kept trying to say, this is really bad, really bad. And I would have people say, yeah, but SB 978. Yeah, that was really bad.
That's bad.
But
That's unwindable.
It's a different, yeah, it's unwindable.
It's unwindable.
Thank you.
If you change the legislature, you can unwind some of those things. This was not.
Mhm.
It was irreversible, and we really felt like we had no choice, especially when we couldn't guarantee that it would die on the floor. We heard rumors of some of the senators on the Democrat side being a no vote, but they would commit to it, and we knew there'd be all kinds of arm twisting because this was a super important bill to many on the left. So we could not guarantee that it wouldn't just pass right across the floor, and then we would just say goodbye to Oregon right at that point. And so
it was worth it.
It was
for that alone.
for that alone.
Yep.
Okay, that's why I really want to make sure people understand. It was really, really bad.
Yep.
And the other thing was, we couldn't fight this by ourselves. We really needed to just call in the troops, say, guys, this is horrible. You need to weigh in and let these people know. And boy, did they. Oh man,
I wish you could have been there.
Oh, I know. It was
well, no,
so
I'm glad
awesome.
you weren't.
Yeah, I wish I could have been though. It was absolutely just touching and exciting, and that so many people showed up. And a lot of the people that had contacted me were from California, had lived through the implementation of the California bill. And what the proponents of this legislation don't tell you is all the decimation it does to families and communities and jobs and ways of life. And people are taxing basically on the food stamps and all the social services programs because they can't afford to live anymore. And they were forced to live in other states. Some of them came to Oregon. So they've lived it. And you think about California is the 5th largest economy in the world. I don't think Oregon even ranks. So it's a little different scenario when you're talking about a small state versus a big state running into the ground as it is, but it would really hurt us.
Yep.
So Mike, you were, sorry to interrupt, but you were given a list of what else died, so to speak.
So 2020, the carbon reduction, and then, like you said, the Senate Bill 978, and there was a few other gun related bills that died. And then the forced vaccination bill was another one. And I think that's pretty much all that we avoided this session. And everything else that they wanted, they got. They got all their taxes.
And that's where it's a little frustrating. They're like, why didn't you stay out to the end of session? You could have made all those bills die. But because we didn't have the budget done, we would have been in a special session because we constitutionally have to pass the budget. That's our only constitutional duty.
And don't people always talk to us about, you're supposed to keep the Constitution?
Well, right, I know.
So
anyway, so we got the budget done, and unfortunately it had to be, we could not stop all the other bad stuff. We stopped a couple things, but they're not things that grab headlines. So
I think that key is that unwinding thing. See, so even HB 2015, though the emergency clause was on it, right? The driver's license bill, it still could be unwound, could it not, Mike?
Yeah. It's not a permanent thing. I mean, it's a bad bill. I mean, I think it's a spit in the face to all the people that voted no on it. Was it 66, 68%? I've seen two different figures, but the only county to oppose or to actually support the driver's licenses for people here illegally was Multnomah. Shocking.
And even then it was 55-45.
Yeah, it was fairly close
every day,
for that,
right?
part of the world.
If a governor's race came down to 55-45 in Multnomah County,
we might actually win. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Should we answer some questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can see.
All right. I can see. Hang on. Bear with us as you're logging on here and looking. We're just kind of rolling through. Okay. Kate Brown out of office before she kills Oregon. Well, okay, that we probably agree
Right.
with that.
You know, I've never seen a recall effort succeed in my lifetime, but I think it could now. I really do. If people work together, I really do think it could work.
One of the problems is to recall a statewide official. You know, just to give you some things, you need like it's like 145,000 signatures to amend the Constitution. You need like 270,000 to recall a statewide official.
Such a high hurdle.
It is, and then you have a shorter timeline to get them. So it's almost an undoable thing. I mean, if somebody committed some horrible, heinous crime or something like that, but just for political purposes, it's just kind of out of reach.
It's
I think,
hard.
even if you
It's
had a lot
really
of money behind it, it'd be hard.
Here's a good question I think that we can't answer really easily. Daniel wants to know, what's the best way to reach out to y'all for more information on this group?
Just go to OregonPushback.com, and I think there's a button that says join us or something like that, and click on that and fill out that form, and you'll be part of the team, and we'll keep you updated. And what this is a theme that I kind of want to bring up is everybody's all upset and foaming at the mouth, and we should be, and whatever. But that's right now. But this whole legislative session, the cake was baked for this back in November of 2018. Yeah. And so I'm sick of playing defense, and so we need to change some butts and some chairs in Salem, and so we need to work on that 2020 election. So I hope to see all the people that are all upset right now and agitated and still mad at Senator Thatcher for not staying in West Virginia or wherever he went to. I want to see all those people have that same kind of bad attitude in October of next year, because that's when we need you.
Somebody can't hear you.
Yeah, I'm getting a whole bunch of comments that we can't hear Mike Nearman.
Oh.
We just have to tell you, we're just using a basic laptop, and we don't have a camera microphone set up because none of us own anything like that.
Should we move it closer?
maybe a smidge closer or something.
When I talk, so if I get a little closer like this and talk a little louder, can you hear me a little bit better? So I hope so. So anyway, we'll try that, see if that works then. So, but we need you in October of 2020. That's when we need you. We need your volunteer effort. We need your time. We need you to talk to your friends. We need you to get on Facebook, and we need your dollars. So we need you in the fall of next year. That's when we need to do it. And then we don't have to play defense so much here. And if we really change the numbers around, we could maybe play a little offense. How would that be?
That'd be awesome.
Well, apparently the microphone's working great in the middle over here somewhere, because it says can't hear the guys. Well, the guys
have deeper voices, maybe. I don't know.
We're just here to be bookends.
Yeah.
So sorry. Let's see. What else?
Well, I just need to make sure that people know that we had extensive conversations in our caucus about what we should do. I mean, most of us wanted to stay out. We absolutely wanted to stay out. But faced with the reality of what would happen and how things would work out and all the parliamentary issues if we came back. And so, wargaming it, knowing that we couldn't trust the Democrats any further than we can throw one of those log trucks from the rally, then I think that we came to the best conclusion we could. We're doing the best we can.
Yeah,
and, if we hadn't walked at all, 2020 would be law.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yep, it would be. Yep. So one thing I don't want to be trying to muscle in on Senator Thatcher's glory, but the House Republicans, we did our part by making them read the bills and slowing things down for most of the session. So and I think that helped to set up the Senate walkout. So we were happy to play our part in that too.
There was the reading of the bills for that, almost a week, 2 weeks, was it? We did that? It seemed like it was 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We read the bills.
Mm-hmm.
That caused the big stack up over in the Senate side. And then eventually we stopped doing that. But yeah, it was nice that we worked together. I think both caucuses worked together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I saw Deborah Tilden had a question, and now I can't see it. It was hiding behind the comments. And I couldn't see it. Oh, shoot.
I'm not used to not having a mouse.
You can't go up and down. Oh, you can go back. Oh, anyway. Oh, right. I think it might have been a question about the clean diesel bill, the 2007. 2007 was amended, and it was now 2007-B. Wonky, but anyway, it just indicates there are amendments. And maybe you guys know a little bit better, but it's not the bill that everybody thought it was. And it actually applied to only 3 counties, to fleets of 6 or more registered in Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington counties. Unfortunately, 2 of those are my counties, but if they're registered there, maybe you can register them in another county, right? And I was told it wouldn't take effect until 2029, but I see all I could find in the bill was 2025. So still, for trucks, heavy trucks that were made before 2007, 2025 is when they would have to start complying with it. And the medium trucks made before 2009, I believe. I was just perusing the bill really quickly, but it's not as horrible as what we thought it was. It's probably the best that could happen given the makeup of the legislature right now. And it also lets us spend the rest of that Volkswagen settlement money, and people will be able to retrofit their vehicles and get grants and stuff like that. So, can't hear.
Yeah.
Shoot, what are we going to do, guys?
Well, hopefully you can hear some of that. I will say to Senator Thatcher's thoughts, Representative Shelley Bossart Davis did yeoman's work. For those who don't know her, she's, as she says, the daughter of a trucker. She owns a trucking company, Bossart Trucking, her father founded.
Yep. And
she got that bill from really, really, really bad to a little bad at 3 counties and 6 or more trucks. So there were a lot of people that were saying to us the other day at the rally, am I going to have to change out my 2006 Chevy diesel engine? No, you won't. No, you won't. No, you won't have to. I hope everybody can hear that.
Please pause for a mic check. I'm not sure how you do that. What do you do?
Well, guys, look, I'm sorry, we're going to yell, but we're not on a professional system here. We just put it together at the last minute.
All right. Can't hear you guys. I'm so sorry. Start over. We can't hear you. Oh my goodness. All right. Can we pull this up a little?
Yeah, let's see.
It's more important to hear us than see us, I suppose. And I'll just scoot back here.
No.
You guys anyway. Maybe I'll just start over a little bit by saying that 2020, the cap and trade bill was what pushed us out the door. It's such a bad bill. It would create such a change in Oregon that would be irreversible, and it was so damaging to the state that we just felt we had no choice, since we had no guarantees that the bill wouldn't pass. We were told that maybe there were a few no votes in the Senate caucus or the Senate Democrat caucus, but we didn't know. We couldn't count on it. And we tried working with them all through that last minute day, because it was going to be on the floor on Thursday. We worked with them all that day, and they took absolutely none of the suggestions that the Republicans brought forward. Absolutely none. And after our first walkout, we had an agreement that they would listen to us when it came to a reset on 2020, including getting a different number. I think you've all seen that little document that was leaked. Why would we want just the same bill with a different number? Why would that be considered a reset? It doesn't make any sense. But did we even get a different number? No. So really, it's pretty obvious right there. They did not have any good intentions there. So when we asked for a couple more days for the Senate president to bring it to the floor, we were not given that. So it was coming the next morning. We left Wednesday night. We left at the last minute. We did not want to. We were doing everything we could to get some changes, at least take the emergency clause off so people could have a chance to refer it to the ballot if they wanted to, but that was just not to be. So.
And I'll say one thing too. I'm trying to get closer here to make this sound. And so, and Senator Thatcher, maybe you can corroborate this. Is I think the timing of the walkout and the return, those were both done very, very well. The walkout was timed because that's when the bill was coming up to get a hearing, and then you had to come back in time so that you could pass all the budget bills. if we didn't pass the budget bills, then the governor has a good excuse to call a special session. And if they called a special session, all the rules are off and all the deadlines are off, and the Democrats can walk all over us and do whatever they want.
And believe me, they want to.
Yes,
they want to hurt us bad.
Yeah. So that it was very important that they left when they left, and it was very important that they came back when they came back. Even though that allowed some things to pass, and I'm upset about that as much as everybody else. But we had to pass those budgets. We had to avoid a special session. Now, right now, the governor could just call a special session anytime she wants, but that's kind of hard to do politically if there's no kind of emergency or there's no pressing issue or anything like that.
No legitimate reasons were left for her.
Yeah. So she can't really call a special session now politically. So the timing on both those things, both the walkout and the return, was critical, and you hit them both on the head there. So congratulations to Senator Bertschager for doing that.
Herman's Hermits.
Yeah.
So I'm being told by people on the YouTube page that it's not our microphone and it's not the laptop, that it's the Facebook app is acting up. And I have had that happen before.
Oh, yeah.
So we're sorry about the sound. There are people on YouTube that are watching right now. If you want to join us there for a moment. There's Mike over there. And we've got a whole bunch of people on YouTube watching right now. So
can they hear? Can they?
Yes, and they can hear it. That's where I'm hearing. They say the
that's
YouTube app is working great. Sounds good. So
Okay, good.
I don't know which to do, but what do you guys want to do?
Well, I mean,
Well,
we got to move on,
We'll
so
keep
we'll
going
just
with both.
keep on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you get some questions there? Or,
Yeah, here. Tell you what. Why don't I swap this?
Yeah.
Swap this around.
There we
and I'll
go.
read. We
We're
don't know
at-
which feed you're going to be on, so we'll try to read some questions here. Let me see.
Whoa, what's
this is-
going on?
Okay, hang
Okay.
on. We're way down here. Yep, can't hear Mike now. Can I want to? Okay, so some people are watching both and muting this one.
Sorry, we're YouTube. Apparently, it says it's great. Great teamwork. Oh yeah, I've heard Kate said she was going to use executive privilege for a carbon bill. That's what I heard.
Yeah, I read
They
that
will
too.
stop at nothing, and I can't believe how tone deaf they are.
Yeah.
I mean,
it is. That's a political loser for her, and I don't think that they can. I don't think they can get enough of it done with an executive order there. So they have to do some new taxing authority and create a new agency and create new missions for the executive branch. I don't think they can do that with an executive order. So
no. But she'll take it as far as she can.
Yeah.
I have
Mhm.
absolutely no doubt. I think she's looking for higher office after she leaves the governor's office.
Mhm.
So
I agree.
Yeah.
I think she's up for something. So let's see. Hang on. I'm trying to get these questions, but this little mouse is not moving. There we go.
goodness.
Okay, what about? Okay, that was the same question. We answered that.
yeah.
It's just
How can we help Senator Boquist? Oh my goodness. I don't
Good
know, but okay. So I happen to be cursed with being appointed to the conduct committee.
Oh, that's right.
I know, right? So annoyingly, they told me it was going to be on July 22nd, and or asked me if I was available on July 22nd. I said yes, but then they came to me yesterday and say it's going to be on July 8th, and I had already scheduled that time off. Anyway, it seems a little icky to me, and maybe they did it on purpose. I don't know. Like I said, I trust them about as far as I can throw a log truck. So
Well, and somebody just asked a great question for you here. Is the hearing open to the public?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah.
All legislative hearings are open to the public. So
Even
I
conduct committee?
don't know what time it's at. I'll have to look it up real quick while you guys talk. I'll look it up.
Okay, so we'll try to answer a few more questions. Okay, this is a great question. It's not directly, but Mike, hopefully you and I can answer this. You and I are chief petitioners, and hopefully you can hear this. Okay, you and I are chief petitioners on the no fake emergencies.
Yep.
Where are we in the process as far as getting it about title and getting certified?
So as you know, when you do one of those, you get 1,000 signatures. So between 1,000 and 2,000 signatures, and then you turn those in, and we're right on the verge of turning those in. We're just below 2,000 signatures. So if you have signatures on that, get them to me right away, because we're about to turn them in. And then once those get turned in, all future sheets like that are no good. So if it says the word sponsorship on the top in the upper right-hand corner, it's no good. So you got to get them to me now, and we're going to turn those in. And then we go dark for a little while the Attorney General thinks up a ballot title for us, and then everybody sues each other in the Supreme Court. That should go pretty quickly because we're recycling the exact same language that they used in 2016. So I would think that the Supreme Court and the Attorney General should have a pretty easy time with it. So and then once that comes back from them, then we have to wait until July of 2020 that we can start gathering signatures in earnest, and we'll be on the ballot in 2022, November of 2022.
Okay, see, I didn't know that. I thought it was 2020. So that helps a little bit. The other one was, Mike, do you know, is there anybody that you know of, or you even considering doing the repealing of 2015, the driver's license, or is there a way to get that on the ballot?
So I've been asked about that quite a bit, and I'm open to that, but that's going to take some money and some volunteer effort. So I think it's kind of a little bit more than something that I can handle. So somebody needs to step up to the plate with some money on that. So we did it before, but it's going to take a little bit of time. But and with Measure 88, they didn't come at us with a bunch of money, so I think they got caught kind of flat-footed on that. And with Measure 105, that was the sanctuary city one, they came at us with millions of dollars. So this will be a tough fight. And I don't know. I almost think it's better to let's go work with the legislature, get some better butts in the seats there, and we can take care of that one legislatively. How about that? The same way they put it in legislatively. So let's make it an issue. Let's make some people pay.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, I looked up the conduct committee. It is not posted yet.
Okay. So we don't have a date.
I don't have the time yet. I'm hoping they can make it for another day when I can actually be there. Otherwise, I'm going to have to buy new tickets, cancel plans, and come into the Inquisition. So.
Well, people are saying they're not hearing you at all, Mike. So I don't know what it is. It's the communists have come in, and their communists are saying no, Mike Nearman.
I have some vampire blood in my ancestry, and so I don't show up in mirrors sometimes. And
or microphones.
Or the automatic flush toilets don't work for me all the time.
Okay, I see one question. It says, we might have missed it, but please list which ones the voters can still work on to get voted down, the ones that were just passed. Okay, so 3427, that's the big $2.5 billion with a B tax increase that was passed on businesses, a gross receipts tax, meaning a hidden sales tax is what it is on all businesses. And anybody that makes over $1 million, or not makes, excuse me, this is misquoting, but sells $1 million worth. Yeah, grosses. I just want to make sure people, So that will be forced to be on the ballot in this January. And what's so frustrating about that is Senate Bill 161, I believe was the one, or 116.
116.
Yeah, I kind of mix up the numbers sometimes. Anyway, I get them all, but not in the right order. Yep. That one passed. It had to pass. It was kind of in the chute, and there it is. It's going to allow the legislature basically all the words they want to be able to sell you on why this tax needs to pass. Instead of it going through a neutral process, it's just going to be, the Chevy salesman telling you why you need to buy Chevy.
A January 2020 special election, which will be very low voter turnout.
Two federal holidays.
Yeah, exactly. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is the day before. So, and I know that we'll have our ballots for 2 weeks, but 80% of people turn in on the last day. So they're jonesing the system. Absolutely jonesing the system.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that's what they do.
Preemptive torpedoing. Yep. I mean, just to make sure things go their way. It's just very aggravating. So that's one that you can turn down the ballot. I don't know that we're going to get a lot of money in on it. I'm getting a sense that there's not going to be a lot of participation from the business community, which weirds me out.
I think they got $1 million already. They got a commitment for $1 million.
Yes.
Oh, they did. Okay, so there are some.
Rob Ferris.
Some taking. Okay, so I'm talking about some of those groups out there that are not going to get involved. It's probably the same ones that said they were neutral on the tax. I'm just guessing.
We don't say OBI out loud anymore, do we?
They don't exist anymore.
Who?
Oh my. Okay, that's baseball. That's inside baseball stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, so what can be returned on the ballot? Well, okay. I think you talked about 2015, and I don't know that we can do that. I mean, it's such a target-rich environment of bad bills that went through that building.
And they know to put emergency clauses on the bad ones too. So,
yeah.
Kathy asked a great question back on what you're saying. But so this is where language sometimes gets confusing, because she says, "Can Kate Brown put an emergency clause on this and make this special?"
No,
the emergency she can't do legislation. Okay,
no, but she can call the
call
session.
for the session. Only legislators can make bills. So it's really important to understand that. I think sometimes people tend to give too much credit to Kate Brown, like she's this all-powerful being. We have 3 branches of government.
Believe me, they're working hand in hand.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
I get that. But it still requires the legislature to pass it to her to sign it.
Yep.
So she can call for the special session, but she can't make a bill pass. We do that.
Yeah.
Or obviously we vote no, but I think a lot of times people get confused.
Yeah.
But the emergency clause, yeah, it's absolutely abused. Absolutely. But Kate Brown doesn't write the legislation. Legislators do.
Wait a minute.
Well, okay. She asks for legislation to be written.
Yeah, she does ask for
Yes.
legislation. Yeah, and so the next short session in February, the regular session coming up in February, I believe she will get 5 bills to write.
Yep.
And unlimited bills for the Joint Ways and Means Committee, the House Rules Committee, and then I think the Senate President and the Speaker's office,
Then
if
get a
I'm
bunch.
correct. And then for some reason, you guys over on the House that have twice the people that we have on the Senate will get 2 bills each. So we'll have 120 bills coming out of the legislature.
From the House.
30 of them will be from,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll get 30 from the Senate. So
Hey, I made the argument on the House floor. The senators should get 2. The reps should get 1, but they didn't like that.
yeah, of course not. They're a little bit more radical on the House side. So
Well, what do you think, guys? I just want to make sure people are hearing and everything okay. And
well, I'm glad to hear that Timber Unity has been fundraising. That is excellent. I just love how the
40,000.
different groups are coming together. We had not just timber people there, but people from all. It started out as I think a Southern Oregon rally, and it was opened up to, hey, everybody from the around the state wanted to get involved. And we got taxpayer people, we got the Bax moms, the people, very loyal group. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
They've given me so much hope for the state right there. And then the Timber Unity people came in, and I am really optimistic. I don't know about you guys.
Yep.
I am. I have to tell you, I was not, and Mike can tell you because we worked together a lot. In January, I was not hopeful for 2020. I was pretty down.
Yep.
After this session, about mid to towards the end of the session, I started getting hope, especially because of that vaccination bill.
Yep.
I have never in my time in the legislature or covering the legislature seen such a incredibly diverse group. You had patchouli oil wearing hippies, and you had 3-piece business suit lawyers, and everything in between. Democrats, Republicans, libertarians,
Slavic
progressives.
Christians, and
Yes,
Yep.
yes, the
Russian
old
old
believers.
That's great.
And these are people who, some of them who've never voted, never registered to vote, never ever thought about voting. Now they're registered as Republicans and they're voting.
And they're getting active. That's what gave me so much hope.
Yep.
I saw one question that about the Boquist hearing. It is invited testimony. I was looking for it to be posted, but I don't know where you found it, Kristen. But maybe I just haven't had enough sleep. But anyway, yes, the public is invited to attend. You may not be able to testify, though. I mean, you can watch, but it'll be invited testimony. Probably, they have lined up certain people to come testify, undoubtedly. I have not gone through one of these conduct committee hearings, so
Lucky you.
I'm not looking forward
Oh,
to
boy.
it.
I know what your problem is. You're still on a different time zone. Was it Kentucky? That's the question, folks. Where was Kim Thatcher?
where was Waldo?
Yeah.
And she's
where's
not
Waldo?
saying, oh no, just in case, has to go again.
I can either confirm or deny. Where
So
it was.
what happens in February if 2020 comes back in February? What do we do then?
Mobilize the troops,
I
and
think-
I just think it's so bad. It is so bad. We can't help but have to do everything we can to stop it.
We don't have any budgets, so we don't have any constitutional thing. I'd say we
Every
join
peaceful
Senator
thing,
Thatcher and
peaceful things
Yeah, right.
to make it stop. I
Yeah.
just want to make sure we're
Right,
clear
yeah.
on that.
Yeah. But I think Mike's in the right.
Yeah.
Personally, I'd like to see how many of us are there? Republicans.
22,
20, no, and
22
then
and 12.
that's 30, 34.
Yeah.
I'd like to see all 34 Republicans somewhere on a lake.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know, maybe somewhere in Montana, Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, it's February. You don't want to be in Nebraska in February.
It's a little warmer
Can we go to
climes.
Arizona instead?
Yeah, not California.
No. They'll hunt us down and drag us back.
They would. They would.
I'll go to Alberta. It'll be hockey season, right?
Oh,
There you go.
the
There you go.
hockey guy.
There you go. So what else we got? Give us a tidbit of what it was like when you were gone, Kim. Any funny stories you can share with us? Well, it was really funny. I walked into a store. It was a Habitat for Humanity restore. I kind of like going in and see some good used junk. I just kind of like doing that. And I walk in. It was like cue the conversation. This one guy was saying, "Hey, have you heard what they're doing? What's happening in Oregon?" I put my sunglasses back on, sure, but I wanted to make sure. I just wanted to browse casually nearby while I listened to what they're saying. And they're going over the high points, like we denied them a quorum, so we didn't have to vote on this thing, but I don't think they really understood the depth of it. So that was kind of interesting. But it was funny that they knew that. I remember I was in a particular state for a while, and I was trying to cross the border into a safer state, and I was running out of gas. And I didn't want to stop in Washington. Sorry, I was in Washington at that point. I won't tell you where I was going, which direction I was going. I was going towards the Pacific Ocean. No, never mind. You got it figured out. So I was just like going on fumes just to make it across the border into Idaho, so that
Probably the gas is cheaper there too, huh?
Yeah, it actually was. Yeah,
Everything.
it was cheaper. Yep.
Well, I'm hearing. I don't know what's going on over here on the Facebook Live. Some people are saying, again, the mics aren't working, but they also said the video coughed out. So I'm not sure.
I see a question from somebody who says, I don't know, are we on anymore still?
Yeah.
Okay, we are.
Definitely on YouTube.
Okay, so it says, do you think the vaccine is likely to come back in February? I 100% guarantee it will come back in February. I've been telling everybody it's only asleep for now, and it'll be back. So be prepared. I'm sorry. It's until we get a change in the makeup of the legislature and who's in power. That's what we're going to continue to see, is stuff like that.
I agree. Well, it's been almost an hour. No,
Wow, it was
45
fun.
minutes. No, okay. You want to read the cards?
Well, they can't hear me, so.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Your voice doesn't show up.
So here, just in case you hear me, to lead this up, Senator Thatcher has in her hands, we broke into the ORP mailbox.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't break into it. We had the key. So we got some mail from random people around Oregon. I'm holding up air quotes. And this is what they said.
Shame on you. You are disgraces. Oh, it's stamped from Seattle.
Oh, Seattle.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What does this one say that might be?
Shame on you. You were elected to represent the citizens of Oregon. Get back to work, says Melinda Randalls of Mount Vernon, Washington. And then,
oh, wait a minute. There's a theme here.
really?
Shame on you.
Oh, I got line this up. There we go.
Shame
Really?
on
I can only say shame on you by denying a quorum. You deny democracy. Please get your heads out of the sand. Climate change is real, says Judith Baker with a address stamp
In
from
where?
Mount Vernon, Washington. Yeah.
Wait. What do you think this one's going to say?
It
Shame
says,
on
really?
you.
Yeah. I can only say shame on you by denying a quorum. You deny but democracy. Wait a minute.
That's what this one said.
Rewind. Please get your heads out of the sand. Oh, read it with me. Please get your heads out of the sand. Climate change is real. Carol Sullivan from Mount Vernon, Washington.
So, for the viewers over here,
Who wrote that? One guy wrote all those
all
cards.
for the same person. Here.
Different names on them, but all from the same place. Or they just kind of got together for lunch and said, hey, what do you think? I got some cards. I got some
SEIU
pens.
told him what to write or whatever.
Yeah.
Why don't you say shame on you? And climate change is real.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
This is the kind of junk we get all the
Check
time.
the voter registration. Oh, good one. Sherry Cornish was saying, please ask people to check their voter registration online.
Mhm.
Several people have checked, and their registrations have changed to non-affiliated. This has happened to several people. I'm guessing because when they go into the DMV, they just kind of get tossed into the automatic registration machine, and that's what happens. They put you on as a non-affiliated. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Very true.
I can give a personal account on that. My son, his driver's license, not expired, whatever, it was time for it to renew. And when he renewed, he was automatically re-registered as a non-affiliated voter because he didn't know he was supposed to check the box next to whatever, Republican, Democrat, whatever. So next thing you know, he got his ballot in the mail and it said non-affiliated voter.
And nobody in the primary to vote for.
Right.
Yeah.
So no, motor voter sucks. I hate it. I don't think it's doing anything good for Oregon.
Yeah. Well, those postcards that you had, okay, you threw over there. Most of the feedback we were getting was what we're seeing right here. Just, we're proud of you for representing us. Thank you for stopping this horrible piece of legislation. We were going to have to move. All kinds of comments along that line. And of course, you got the occasional seminar postcard writing campaign or Facebook trolling sort of thing. But I just so appreciate all the support and all that we've had. It's been good. And that, I think, finally people are waking up.
And you weren't even here for the best of it.
Yeah. Oh,
well, that one, the battery's almost dying. And this one, I don't know what's going on. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think we're about done.
Up?
Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Okay, hang on. Let me. It's like when the purple guys lit up. Don't say anything dumb.
Yes. Until it says end.
Yeah, that's so